We're following the news of the recent attack on Capitol Hill quite closely, and we've read that some of the people who participated have since lost their jobs. If this had happened in Canada, could these people have lost their jobs for a just cause, or is this a no-cause situation? My name is Erin Brandt, and I'm a co-founder of Porta Law.
And I'm Paula Krauss. I'm a co-founder at Porta Law as well.
So what do you think, Paula? Is there cause in this situation?
So first of all, we're definitely talking about a situation happening in BC. So first thing that comes to mind for me is protections under the Human Rights Code. So simply protesting, that in and of itself, protesting a political belief or position is going to be protected under the Human Rights Code. You can't get fired for that. But, if we move into violence, if we move into unlawful acts, then things become more complicated. And, I think about employers whose employees are dealing with vulnerable populations, or employers, I don't know, a consulting firm, for example, whose clients are all pro-democracy or pro-whatever, and all of a sudden one of their employees who services these clients is seen on TV on an anti-democracy and super violent protest or attack, I should say, or riot. So in those types of situations, again, case by case, but in those types of situations, I think there's just cause for dismissal on the basis of off-duty misconduct. And it's also, it is what it is. If you get caught, you get caught. If you don't, then you won't get fired, right? With cause or without cause. But if you're identified and your face is plastered on TV and on social media, the police are after you for your unlawful acts, and your employer gets wind of that, then depending on the nature of your position, of your work, there could be cause for dismissal. Yeah.
So a key part of this test is that it has to bring the employer's reputation into disrepute. And so I think a key part of this is whether you can identify that someone works for a particular employer. So if there was a rioter who became violent, who, on social media or on the internet or just generally in their life, don't publicly broadcast who their employer is, then it probably wouldn't meet the test for just cause. Like if they're not a client-facing or public-facing member of their company, if they're a computer programmer sitting at home in their basement interacting with no one, then their involvement probably wouldn't have caused their employer's reputation to suffer. If, on the other hand, somebody works for a company and was wearing, branded clothing at the riots, and you see employee of Amazon, breaking into Ms. Pelosi's office, for example, then obviously that would bring the company's reputation into disrepute, and I think that the legal test would be met for just cause for off-duty misconduct. So obviously we're very lucky this didn't happen in Canada. I mean, within the last few years, I'm reminded of the Stanley Cup riots, and I think that there were definitely individuals who lost their jobs because of their involvement in that. So it is definitely possible that something like this could happen here, and I think it's important to remember that if there's a connection between what you've done outside of the workplace and your employer, that can give rise to just cause.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, thanks, Erin, and thank you all for watching. And if you have any comments about this hot topic, feel free to leave them in the space below.
Thanks.